Hello, welcome to Novice Magister. Today we're going to be doing 6th grade FSA questions 1 through 10, review video, part 1 of 3.
Question 1. So I'm going to be showing how to do question 1. It says, which expression is equivalent to 4 parentheses 6x plus 11 parentheses? So doing this one, you're going to take the numbers outside of the parentheses and then multiply them by both of the numbers inside of the parentheses. So it would just be 4 times 6 plus 4 times 11. Also, the x right here, you're going to add that in after you multiply. So this is 24, and then 4 times 11 would be 4 times 1, 4, 4 times 1, so then it'd be 44. 44. And then you'll add in the x, and then that's your answer. So then it'd be D. Alright, now Noah's going to teach you number 2.
Okay, number 2 is basically a trial and error problem. But real quickly, we should go over each of these symbols. This and this are not equal to. So that means that if we get 7 right here, or if we get 9 over here, it still isn't correct. We're gonna explain that a little bit more in detail later. And then this equal sign means that there can only be one correct answer. Only one x can equal 9. So let's go over that. So let's try putting x as 1. So 2 times 1, which is what happened. What is 2x, but the x is replaced as 1, plus 5 equals 9. So 2 times 1 is 2. Then we drag that down, plus 5. Then 2 plus 5 is 7. And as you can see, 7 does not equal 9. So we can cross out all these. And now we know that this cannot be the right answer.
And on the FSA, you won't write an X there. You're only going to circle the one that's right. You're not going to mark anything else, just so you know.
Now let's try replacing x as 2. So we have 2 times 2 in the parentheses plus 5 equals 9. 2 times 2 is 4 plus 5. 4 plus 5 is 9. 9 does equal 9. So this is the right answer. Now we don't have to go over 3. Only because of how the equal works, only one of these can be right. Okay, so now let's try out this one right here. So we have 2 times 1 plus 5 equals 9. Now, we could do this again, but we have already done this over here. And we know that whenever we place the variable as 1, we get 7. So we can just fill in right here. 7 is less than 9. And this is true. 7 is less than 9. So we can fill in right here. We've also happened to have done this one. If we replace the x with a 2, we'd get 2 times, you can't see that, we'd get 2 times 2 plus 5. This is less than 9. We already know that 2 times 2 plus 5 equals 9 because it's right over here. So we can do 9 less than 9. 9 is not less than 9. It's equal to. So we can say that this is wrong. Now we could go ahead and do 3, but 3, if we did 3, it would be much larger than 9 because we're multiplying a positive number. So we know that this also has to be wrong because this would end up being larger than 9. Now let's try out 4x minus 5. So we haven't done anything with 4x minus 5, so we can't take any of our previous answers. But let's try replacing 4x with 4 times 1. 4 times 1 minus 5 is less than 7. So 4 minus 5 is less than 7. 4 times 1 is 4. So 4 minus 5 is negative 1. Negative 1 is definitely less than 7. So we can we can fill in this one as correct. Now let's try out x being 2. So we get 4 times 2 minus 5 is less than 7. So 4 times 2 is 8 minus 5. And then, I want to just rewrite that over there. 8 minus 5 is 3. And 3 is definitely less than 7. So we can fill this in as well. There's one more question. I can just write it here. Okay. So our last one is replacing 4x with 4 times 3. So 4 times 3 minus 5 less than 7. 4 times 3 is 12. 4 minus 5 is 7. And we know that 7 is not less than 7. It's equal. So we can cross this off. Now, this is our correct answer.
Now, Noah is also going to be teaching number 3.
Okay. Chicago has a temperature of negative 10 degrees Fahrenheit. It is colder in Minneapolis than it is in Chicago. Select all the values that could represent the temperature of Minneapolis. So, first of all, what does this mean? Well, we're looking for numbers that are very clearly less than negative 10. So let's put this on a number line. This is a clear way to see what numbers are less and which numbers are more. So we've got negative 10 right there in the middle. So let's put 12 on our number line. 12 is going to be way up in front over here. 8 is going to be over here. It is less than 12 and more than negative 10. Negative 8 is right here. More than negative 10 but less than 8. Negative 12 less than negative 10. And negative 20, which is less than negative 12. Now, which of these numbers is our temperature of Minneapolis? Well, we're looking for all the numbers that are on the left of negative 10. This is because we're looking for numbers that are less, which is colder. If we were on the right, we have numbers that are more or hotter. So negative 12 and negative 20 are both on the left of negative 10, saying that both of them are definitely colder and could be the temperature of Minneapolis.
All right. So let's look at this question. Dominic is buying candy by the pound for a party. For every 10 pounds of candy he buys, he pays $12. So let's box that because that is important. Words. I like to box the important words because my brain gets really confused when there's like a lot of words and not all of them matter. So for this, what is the cost per pound for candy? So it is $12 per 10 pounds. And we're trying to find per single pound. So to do this, we just simplify. So we're going to try to get the pounds down to 1, so that's just dividing by 10, and then that would be 1. Now we have to do the same to the top. Let's just use long division for that. So 10 and then 12. So how many times does 10 go into 12? 1 time. And then you write that there, and then you subtract, and that is 2. And then we put a decimal here, and then a decimal here, and then we put a 0, and then we bring it down. How many times does 10 go into 20? It goes 2 times. And because this is actually an amount of money, we will want to put it a 0, meaning 20 cents. And then we're going to write it over here. So it'd be 0, 2, okay. And then we fill it in. Perfection. Noah's going to teach the next one.
I'm back from my trip to Caribbean.
Caribbean?
Caribbean, is that right?
Is Caribbean?
Caribbean is probably some country we don't know about.
No.
I meant the Caribbean.
The Caribbean?
Mm-hmm. Apparently it's fancy. So this question is honestly a bit weird.
And it's annoying.
So, as you can review these, I'm just going to tell you which one is right and why. This one right here is the correct one. And, well, why is it right? And it's right because 1 divided by 3, 1/3 divided by 3/4 is asking the same thing as this question. It's asking how many of these 3/4 are inside 1/3. How many 3/4 pound molds are in 1/3? It's asking the same question. If you get a question like this, try to figure out, is it asking the same question? So halfway break. If you guys have any questions about your own homework or questions about the video, go to the comment section and ask there. I'll probably answer some of your questions whenever I get the time. And if you have more questions or you're having troubles with a certain lesson, go and contact SmartAlex Tutoring, or
We'll
you can
have a link below on how to get there.
Yeah, there's a bunch of professionals over there. And even if you just want a small review on an exam or something and just want a little bit of help, you can go there and, well, they'll help you out. So this one is long division. It's 268 divided by 1608. So let's go over this. How many 268s can fit into 1? None can. So let's bring that down. How many 268s can fit into 16? None can. So we got 16, drag down to 0. How many 268s can fit into 160? None can. So now we have 100. Now we have 106, and we kind of have the same problem. So in this one, honestly, make your best guess. So I'm gonna make my guess here. I'm gonna guess that the 5 268s can fit into 1,608. So I can do 268 times 5 and see what I get. So I get 8 times 5 is 40, so we can put this over here. 5 times 6 is 30, so we can put this over here. 5 times 2 is 10, and we get 1,340. So 5 268s do fit into 1,608, but we should also check one more higher, just to make sure that we're not accidentally messing up our calculations. So 268 times 6, we get 8 times 6 is 48.
6 times 8 is 48 because it rounds. And that is great.
6 times 6 is 36. So you can put it
40.
36 plus 4 is 40. So we get 4 over here and 0. 6 times 2 is 12. So 12 times 4 is 16. And we actually get an exact number here.
Look at there.
So 6 268s can fit into 1,608. So I'm going to put a 6 right here and fill it in. Right. Now it's Ava's turn.
Alright, so this question, it's long and it looks scary, but don't worry, it's not that bad. So, Nora's fruit stand sold 12 fewer pineapples than bananas last week. The stand sold 48 bananas last week. Now, complete the sentences to determine and interpret the ratio of bananas sold to pineapples sold. For each box, fill in the bubble before the ratio or numbers that is correct. So first we need to find the ratio of bananas sold to pineapples. And it says that there are 12 fewer pineapples than bananas. And there were 48 bananas. So we just need to subtract 48 minus 12. And then that would be, there's not really much room, but it's okay. 8 minus 2 is 6. And then 4 minus 1 is 3. So it's 36 pineapples. And that would be 48 bananas to 36 pineapples. Let's write that right here. All right, now it wants us to figure out the ratio, but simplified. To simplify it, I'm just gonna bring it right here. And then we can divide both of these numbers by 2. 48 divided by 2 is 24. 36 divided by 2 is 18. And then we can just divide it by 2 again. And then that would be 12. And then 9. Now we can't divide it by 2 anymore, but it can still be simplified. So let's try dividing it by 3. That would be 12 divided by 3 is 4. 9 divided by 3 is 3. 4 to 3. Bam. Now, okay. This ratio means that for every 4 bananas sold, here the ratio is 4 bananas to 3 pineapples, there are 3 pineapples sold. That's the end of that question. So, oh my gosh, you couldn't see that? Okay, I just filled it in like that. Number of pineapples sold was 3. All right, now Noah's gonna solve the question.
Okay. Amir collected data from his 6th grade class at Liberty Middle School. That is a good name for middle school. Which question could Amar ask for a statistical question? Okay, statistical question. What is that? What does that mean? Well, that means, well, at least what I helps me define a statistical question is I can make a pie chart out of it. Can I have the marker thingy? Thank you. So I should be able to write a pie chart out of one of these questions. I'm going to write 4 of them. Okay. What time do classes start at Liberty Middle School? Now, I can't write anything in this pie chart. There's absolutely nothing to write. Why is that? Because there's only one answer to this question. It won't change. It is a set number. It's very set.
That's a very straight arrow. It's nice.
Thank you. So this is wrong. So what is the typical favorite subject in 6th grade? Now this one, we can write a couple things. Let's say this is our typical. Then we've got our second favorite. Or, you know what? Sports. Because even though sports is probably the typical.
You should make lunch one.
Lunch?
Yeah, lunch is probably the typical.
Okay. Lunch. And then
Science.
Math.
Okay.
As you can see, this has a bunch of different info, but only one of them are typical, which we're going to call. What is your favorite subject, Ava?
I like science and English.
Okay, science. Science is our typical. So we can make a pie chart out of this, so I'm going to check it and then go through the other two. How many students were in the 6th grade at the start of the year? There is nothing else to write here. This is a set answer that has it. There's nothing else to fill. How many subjects are there in 6th grade? This is also a set answer. We cannot make a pie chart out of this. So the only one we can make a pie chart for is B. So this is our statistical question.
Question 9 says, which ordered pair best describes the point plotted in quadrant 2 on the coordinate plane shown? So first we're going to talk about quadrants. So which quadrants are what? Oop, oh God, I dropped it. Okay. Are what quadrants? So this would be a quadrant 1. And then this would be quadrant 2. And then this would be, this one right here is quadrant 3. And then this one would be quadrant 4.
You can either memorize this, just know which ones are which, or you can start counterclockwise from the positives. This is all positive.
You can basically just go 1, 2, 3, 4.
Mm-hmm.
And it's always going to be like this. The quadrants never change places. You should also know which
X and Y values go first.
yeah, which ones go first. So it will always go X and then Y.
Write an example.
So like, so this quadrant 4, its point would be quadrant X, so that's 4, and then the Y, which is X. So it wouldn't be 6 and then 4, it would be 4.
-6. It goes down, it's -6.
Okay, yeah, I didn't see it. So it would always go X, and then go down there, and then you'd go Y. So let's find what this would be called in quadrant 2, what this point is. So let's start with X, and then that would be -4. -4, because that would go up there. And then the Y line would be, yes, the Y value would be 6. So it would be -4 and then 6. And that would be A. So Sarah sells homemade scarves for $4 each.
Cerealia.
I don't know how to pronounce that. We're just
Sir.
cereal.
No, sir.
Cereal kill.
Sir. Just do sir.
Cyrelia.
It's just SIR. Just a little bit Y-ish. Sir.
Cyrilla. No, we're calling her Sarah.
Why not just S?
No, Sarah.
Well, you can't just change a person's name.
Why? Yeah, I can look. It's Sarah now.
Cerealia has been deleted. It's Sarah now.
Oh, and this one too.
Oh, you've deleted both the Cerelias for Sarah.
No, it's Sarah.
You've replaced them.
They don't exist anymore. She doesn't exist.
This is some...
Sarah does.
This is a new type of criminality.
All right.
Type of insanity.
Now, which equation could be used to find the number of scarves Sarah needs to sell in order to earn $200? So basically, to find the actual answer, you will just divide 200 by 4, and then your answer will be the amount of scarves that she needs to sell. But now we're going to look through and see which ones could mean that. So this one, all right, so this would be the number that would be here, divided by this, equaling that. And that's just not right. That's not right. Because it's 200 divided by 4 equals that. So that would also mean this, because this actually does look right. Because it means the same thing. So it'd be 4 times what equals 200. And that's the same as saying 4 times x equals 200. So that is the right answer. All right, now we're actually going to solve this. An easy way to do it is basically just take away that 0 there and then find out how many. This is just basic multiplication facts, like what times 4 equals 20, and that would be 5. And then you can add the 0 back to both of them. And then the answer would be 50.
Sarah would need to sell 50.
Sarah.
Oh, I said Sarah. I didn't even notice that. You really changed history.
Sarah would need to sell 50 scarves in order to earn $200. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching. Now there will be more parts of the video because there are 30 total questions for the FSA practice. So thank you so much for watching. If you found this video helpful or useful in any way, please subscribe and hit the like button. Also, don't forget to check out SmartAlex Tutoring because that is really useful.
Oh, so that's the end of the video.
Goodbye.
I'm deleting.